Hey guys, what's up? And I know I'm late to this, extremely late to this, but I figured I would do ranking of the top 10 Best Picture movies from the Oscars. Now, I'm not ranking in how great the movie is compared to the other ones, because that's not my expertise, and I can't do that. I'm just gonna rate the movies that I enjoyed the most, probably the ones I would watch again the most, and you know, I'm just gonna do it, whatever. I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with my order, and that's fine. That's we're human. So, anyways, I'm gonna get to it. At number 10 is just because I haven't seen this movie, and I don't know when I'm gonna get it, because I'm not gonna pay 30, 25, or even 20 for it. So, number 10 is gonna be an Education. I haven't seen it. It looks okay, but who knows when I'll get to it, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. At number 9, this one to me, out of all of them, just didn't quite seem like an Oscar-nominated Best Picture film to me, but that's just me. And that's A Serious Man. I really liked it. I liked it a lot. It was really, not extremely funny, but it was kind of humorous as to how bad of luck this guy has. It was good. I didn't love it. It's not one of those I'd rush back to go watch again. You know, it's just one of those. It was good. I liked it, but it just didn't seem like a Best Picture nomination movie. So, but it was definitely different. So that was kind of cool. I did enjoy that it was completely different from the rest of the movies nominated. So that was cool. At number 8, I like this movie. I still need to rewatch it again because it's been a while since I've seen it. And actually, I'm not really sure why this was nominated. I don't think it should have been, and it's Up. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think this is a great Pixar movie, but the fact that it was nominated for Best Animated Movie should have been enough. I really don't think it should have been in here. I feel like this kind of took the place of 500 Days of Summer, so that kind of irks me a little bit, because you know the Pixar movie is not going to win for Best Picture, and you know it will always win for Best Animated Picture, so they should leave it at that. But nonetheless, it's still pretty cool. It's still pretty cool. It's not my favorite Pixar movie by any means, but I still think it's a pretty good movie. I mean, you can really never go wrong with Disney and Pixar, so. At number 8, to me, I couldn't buy into the hype. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but I just think the hype of this movie was beyond, and it's The Hurt Locker. I mentioned this before in other videos. I really enjoyed the action scenes because they're really intense. It's really gripping. It has you at the edge of your seat. But then when it's like on the downtime and they're just hanging around, and it's just, to me, it was kind of slow for all of those scenes. It was really slow, and then to go from really slow to like extremely intense is just, it was a bit much. I mean, it's definitely one of the better war movies I've seen, but still, I didn't love it. I liked it, but I didn't love it, and I don't know. And you know what's funny? Since I've had this movie, I've lent this out to maybe like 4 or 5 people, and I've never like been able to keep this in my house longer than like 2 weeks, because every time I get it back from somebody wants to borrow it. But I actually have it now, which is funny. I think everybody I know borrowed it, so now it's going to be permanent in the collection. It probably won't leave ever. This next one, I know I hated it at first because I hadn't seen it, and then I saw it and I was like, okay, it's pretty good. But it's one of those ones you really watch once a year because it's just too much, and it's Avatar. Like I said, I don't know if the technology wasn't as amazing as it was. I really don't know if it would have been nominated for Best Picture. But still, I mean, you can't deny how incredible this movie looked. Whether it be on Blu-ray or in the movie theater or in 3D, you can't deny it. It looked incredible. The story was cool. It was good. But like I said, it just ran way too long. It's one of those, when you first watch it, it's so intense because you don't know what's going to happen. But then once you've seen it before, you're kind of like, okay. You go into it and you're like, man, I remember this scene. It's going to be a long-ass scene. Oh my god, there's another 2 hours left of this movie. So, it's definitely a great first time viewing, but then, like I said, it gets a little much. And what am I on? I'm number 5. At number 5, this one, I was actually really surprised that it got nominated for Best Picture. And it's District 9. I really thought this was a cool movie. It's definitely one of the most unique sci-fi movies I've ever seen. It's like, it's kind of has a documentary vibe to it, which I hadn't seen before. But when you think of documentary, you kind of think of like low budget a little bit, but it was like so high budget. It was just crazy, and it was really cool. It dealt with aliens and the future, and it was just something completely different. I remember when I saw the trailers in the movie theaters before it came out, the kind of teaser trailers, I was like, oh, what is this? This is gonna be pretty cool. But no way, if you would have told me that trailer that you saw was gonna be nominated for Best Picture, I would have been like, you're kidding. Those movies never get nominated for Best Picture, so that was really cool. I really have to watch this again, because I remember the first time I watched it, I was extremely tired, and I fell asleep in parts. And it's not because of the movies, just because I was really tired, but I have to go back and watch it again. But it was definitely a cool movie, for sure. At number 4, this movie was sad, but it wasn't as sad as I thought it was going to be, because people hyped up how, you know, depressing this movie is, and then when I watched it, I was like, yes, it was depressing, but it wasn't as bad as all these people made it out to be. And it's Precious, but I love this movie. It was just so entertaining. I'd never quite seen a story like this before, and it's just, the acting was so good, at least with Gabourey Sidibe, who did a fantastic job, because if you've seen her outside of this movie, you know that she is the complete opposite of this character, which is crazy. And Monique, I mean, who would have thought? Monique, you know, the stand-up comedian Monique, I mean, damn, that she definitely deserved her Best Supporting Actress, for sure. Her all the awards she won, deserved. Really, really, really good movie. Kind of uplifting at the end a little bit, kind of, but it was really, 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 really good. Awesome movie. I liked it a lot. This next one, these next two were tough, because I didn't know which. Actually, these 3 I didn't know, because these 3 were my favorites, but I'm just gonna stick with it. At number 3 is The Blind Side. I know a lot of people shit on this movie, but I love it. I can see how they can think this may not be a Best Picture nominated type of film, but I loved it. This out of all the movies, this movie, every time this guy came on the screen, I wanted to cry, and that hardly ever happens with me. Just the look that this guy gave every time the camera was on him, you just wanted to start bawling. It's crazy. But Sandra did great, and this is probably, out of all the movies, this is probably one of the few that I know I would be able to go back and watch over and over and over again. It was just a really, really, really good movie. I loved it. At number 2, this one surprised me, because I didn't think I'd love it as much as I did. And it's Up in the Air. I absolutely loved it. I loved all 3 of the characters in this movie. George Clooney, Vera Farmiga, and Anna Kendrick did amazing. I mean, it's a comedy, it's a dramedy, but I think it's more meant to be a comedy, but like a serious comedy. It's so good. It's just, it's hard to explain. It's just one of those ones when you watch it, it's just like, you're like, you can't stop watching it. It's just, it's so hard to explain. It's just, I love this movie to death. I can't wait to watch it again. It was just, it caught me off guard, and that's probably why I like it so much. I love when that happens, when you're not expecting much from a movie, and then you put it on and it's amazing. Loved it. I love it. Check it out. And at number 1, you probably know, and it's Inglourious Basterds. This movie was amazing. I mean, phenomenal. I was sucked into it from beginning to end, and it's a really long movie. So it's so good, it's bloody, it's violent, the dialogue's hilarious, the acting is amazing. Just a great, great, great movie. I love it, and I'm really glad this movie, which is kind of like a hardcore action movie, for the most part, got nominated for Best Picture. Awesome. So thanks guys for watching. That's me rating the 10 Best Picture nominated movies. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.